What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Run the North podcast. Today, we got a couple great things for you. First of all, we're talking about some players that are holding out from their mandatory camps, rightfully so. Some of them are on really terrible teams who have no chance of winning this season, and should in no reason be playing for said team because they suck. We'll be talking about those guys, and then we'll be talking about the NFC North. Sorry, AFC North. I keep saying that.
No,
continuing to talk
AFC
about
South. Not North.
Continuing to AFC South, whatever. We talk, whatever. Continuing to talk about all this stuff that we've been doing for these past 5-6 episodes. But the most important topic for today's episode, the entirety of this podcast, have been the only one who has a short haircut. But today, this has changed. Today, everything is different. Miller Football has finally
joined
the team, joined the right team. If you're watching on YouTube right now, you can tell that Miller cut his hair. Because usually you could see his hair popping out of the headphones and stuff, but now there's nothing. All right, I'm just gonna stall time until he says something. But yeah, I just felt like it was important to get out of the way before anybody else talked that Miller has officially cut the hair.
I'm very disappointed in my guy.
Very happy for him.
Jake,
very happy for him.
Why?
He joined the right team.
What do you mean
Welcome
right team?
He made the right decision.
I'm not going to go there. But I disagree.
I have no clue what's happening.
So, take off the hat. Show him the hair. Look at this. Look at this nerd. I was going to say noob and nerd. It almost turned into Nord. I don't know where I was going.
Wear the hat for this episode, even though my hair is a mess.
Then you can keep the hat on. We just needed to show it off.
My hair is a mess.
Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't. Yeah, you're making it worse.
I was wearing a hat.
Well, yeah, but you're just making it worse from when you took it off. It was fine when you first took off the hat, and then you started playing with it, and it just became a problem.
Yeah. I have hat hair mixed with sweat hair currently because I just got back from a run.
So let's talk about the most important camp holdout, right? Lawrence Guy.
I haven't even asked you guys how you guys are doing yet, but okay.
Oh, fuck. Damn it.
How you guys doing?
Awful. Miller cut his hair.
Fantastic. I look great with my new hair.
Boom. Two sides of the same coin.
That's unfortunate. Miller, you've joined the Packers fan. You're now on the same coin as a Packers fan. How do you feel?
I mean, at this point, I think that's better than being on the same coin as a Vikings fan.
This is true.
Yeah, in what way? We're not delusional.
Way to be.
No, you're just allowed.
Way to be.
When am I loud?
Not you.
Oh, well, actually, I'm constantly loud. I talk very loudly.
Yeah.
But, like, not the same way.
Vikings fans in general.
Have you not seen Packers fans who are actually worse? At least we're loud hyping up, like, Justin Jefferson. They're loud hyping up Jordan Love.
Yeah, and they're just yelling into the void. It's like old man yells at cloud with them. I feel bad for them more than anything at this point, which I know is really ironic coming from a Bears fan.
I don't feel bad at all. Yeah. I am enjoying watching the chaos.
I don't know. Justin Jones buried them today. That's all I know.
That did happen. Oh, that did happen.
Yeah. Justin Jones would be the best defensive tackle in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Okay. Kenny Clark is a player that plays football.
Kenny Clark is listed as a D-end, technically. So...
Devontae Wyatt better.
Devontae Wyatt is never on the football
Devontae
field.
Wyatt, I don't know if he'd start on another NFC North team.
He
Maybe the
start
Lions.
In Chicago.
Not starting in Minnesota.
Yeah. Chicago's got at least 4 defensive tackles.
If you guys were expecting me to get into an argument with you guys about Devontae Wyatt, you guys are sadly mistaken. I know you guys are fishing for content, but
no, we're just shitting on Devontae Wyatt. Yeah. Unfortunate for him.
Give me Justin Jones. Give me Gervon Dexter. Give me Andrew Billings. Give me
Andre Iguodala.
Honestly, put Iggy at DT and let him cook. I'm sure he'd be better than Devontae Wyatt.
Hey,
Green Bay really
fate of the universe on the line, one run
year.
play. Give me Iguodala.
Should have drafted Travis Homer. You're going to reach on a DT, at least reach on one that's a decent person and has potential.
I don't feel like you said the right name there, Miller.
You probably. Travis Homer is a running back for the Chicago Bears.
That's what I thought.
Travis what? Travis what? Fucking went to the Ravens.
I have no idea. Travis Jones?
No. Yeah. Right? That sounds right.
His name is Jones. I don't know.
Yeah, Travis Jones. That's who I meant.
Yeah.
I was having a conversation about
you
the
said
Bears
Homer,
running back
and I was
with my
like,
dad earlier today.
That doesn't sound right, but I don't want to sound like an idiot when I say it's wrong.
Yeah, no, I was having a conversation with my dad about the Bears running back, so Travis Homer is fresh in my mind, which is I don't think is a sentence anyone has ever said before.
Ouch. Shots fired.
Shout out to my favorite third down back, though.
He's lying to you.
No, but yeah.
How you doing, Jakey boy? We didn't do that.
I'm doing fine. A lot of like big names have decided to hold out from camp. Some justified, some know which one. Some not. So one of the most. We'll start with the least important one first. Danielle Hunter is holding out from the Minnesota Vikings at the current moment.
He's literally already a Chicago Bear.
He should, because why would he want to be there?
So what are you giving
Danielle
us?
Hunter.
No, you can have like
Travis Homer. Travis Homer.
No.
Travis Homer. You are a Minnesota Viking. Travis Homer. Travis Homer in 2025 7.
Try again.
Take it or leave it.
No.
Try again.
You're not going to get nearly as much out of Danielle as you think you are if you trade him away.
Definitely not.
Okay.
He's not worth anything. I'm just kidding.
He's
worth
literally
something.
the best edge rusher in the North. Calm down.
That doesn't mean he's
not,
worth anything.
First of all. Second of all,
better?
Gary and I will die on that hill. I don't care about his sack production.
You don't care about the fact that he's just less productive and has a worse bag and less athletic and more injury prone?
I don't agree with 2 of the 4 things you just said.
Which
he's
2?
He's only been hurt once.
Actually, okay, I'll give you more athletic, but I don't think his bag is. I don't think his bag is less deep than Hunter's, and I think he's a lot more physical than Hunter's. Just because he's been hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Physical, strong. He's more of a power guy than a finesse guy. Is what I'm trying to say. 2 different types of player. First of all, second of all, he's. Anyways, point being. It's not that Hunter's bad. It's just he's on a contract year, and he clearly doesn't want to be in Minnesota right now. So,
well, actually, it's not about not wanting to be in Minnesota. The issue is his money's been moved around. Do you know what his contract is worth going into this year? Do you know how much he's getting paid?
I actually don't know.
$5 million.
Okay, then he's going to pull a Roquan Smith and fuck around and find out.
No,
he'll get traded.
I genuinely think he's just going to get a new contract. It's just going to happen.
With what money?
You guys forget that not only did we clear up a bunch of cap space by letting all of these so-called great players go, we literally just freed up $12 million for shooing away Dalvin Cook. So here you go,
you got
Danielle.
$12 million for Dalvin?
Yeah.
Well,
that's why we waited until June 1st.
Well, I didn't realize it was $12 million.
Actually,
for Dalvin.
it should be more than that, but dead cap. Because his
well,
full cap hit was like 16.
That's a different story then.
We have money. Yeah. And we have a ton of money. Next year, we have a ton of money, too. We're good.
Yeah, but you got to pay Kirk.
No. Well, actually, we're not re-signing him, but no.
You have to pay Kirk.
No. We got Jaron Hall now.
You have to pay Kirk.
Stop trying to force us into this. No.
No, you're going to...
Quessy doesn't want to.
Kirk.
Actually, we do still have
to pay Kirk.
No, I mean, Kirk is still on the books next year. He just won't be on the team.
You have to pay Kirk for 12 more years.
No. But no, Danielle Hunter is... Yeah. $4.9 million base salary with nothing guaranteed. So, yeah. It's not about not wanting to be in Minnesota. It's about give me some fucking money. And they're working it out.
I wouldn't want to be in Minnesota if my contract had nothing guaranteed. That's crazy.
Hey, dog, he signed it.
Nothing guaranteed.
Not for this year, which is how most contracts work. The guarantees are up front.
Well, yeah.
So,
okay, I get you.
Because this is the 5th year of a 5-year, $72 million deal.
Oh, okay.
So, like, yeah, it's the last year of a big deal where there's just no guarantees left.
Okay.
But it's like, hey, I was healthy, productive last year. Let's go.
Okay, yeah. In my mind, Hunter was younger.
I was thinking he's still only 28.
No, but I'm saying like rookie contract younger.
Oh no.
And I was thinking this was the last year of his rookie contract, and they managed to finesse him to where he's not making any money.
No, he came in. Jesus. He came in really young. I think he was 20.
Okay, that makes sense.
So he got his first deal at 23.
Oh,
and
okay.
At the time of that deal, that's why at 23 he got a 5-year, $72 million deal, because he had the most sacks of any player at that age ever. He just continually has racked up the youngest to do all of these, and it's just because he came into the league so incredibly young.
Okay,
for a NFL guy.
You know, this being his second contract, that makes a lot more sense. Like I said, I thought he was still in his rookie deal, and they just said, you don't get any money in year 5. Fuck you.
That would be wild. No, that's actually not how that works. That's the thing I was getting confused at why people were thinking Justin wouldn't show up to camp. Because he's still got 2 years left on his rookie deal, and if you know anything about how NFL money works, you actually can't change rookie deal money. He's making what he's making for the next 2 years, no matter what. Like, you can't change it. You can't lower it. You can't raise it. It's set. Right. He's making what he's making. So, like, now I get next year at training camp sitting out because, like, hey, let's get a deal done. But there's also a reason they're already discussing that deal, you know? Jake, it's me and you now. We lost a Miller this time.
You know, Hunter sucks. They should trade him. Moving on.
Can I get real thoughts out of you, not just weird Packers fan thoughts? Please. I don't do this to the Packers. Please don't do this. Don't be weird.
You want to know my real thoughts?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Oh, why?
I have no strong feelings whatsoever about Danielle Hunter and his contract situation.
Do you have strong feelings about anyone's contract situation?
I have stronger feelings about Chris Jones and Stephon Diggs not being there, but Danielle Hunter, this is kind of expected. I mean, they're paying him nothing, and he's a good player.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Chris Jones and Stephon Diggs are both getting paid a lot of money, and they're still not showing up. Maybe Chris Jones isn't. Stephon Diggs definitely is.
Can we talk about
Diggs? If we move into talking about Stephon Diggs, that dude is making a lot of money, and
I do not know why
he's not going. Yeah, that dude is making a lot of money. Okay. A bunch of different mixed reports. His agent says he was at camp. McDermott says he's not at camp. And now Josh Allen's giving quotes about how it's an internal issue and he thinks Stephon Diggs is mad at him, but he doesn't know why. And it's a whole mess. Like, there's mixed reports, a bunch of
past, like, 2 months.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs is posting like stuff about like, I'm gonna let people cap and do my own thing. Just like, bro, you straight up just weren't there.
Or
like, what are you talking about?
And his agent isn't wrong. I mean, he did show up to the building today until practice started and he walked out.
He was just walking around getting like coffee and donuts, and then practice. They blew the whistle and he was like, all right, I'm going home.
Diggs is actually becoming a diva.
Maybe he just wasn't feeling it today.
You do not accept that big of a fine. Because you're not. Just go suit up and stand out there, and they can't find you.
If he misses all 3 days, it's costing him like over $100,000 just for not going to practice.
He's making what, like $20 million a year?
Yeah, but it's New York, so that $20 million really turns into like 8.5.
State tax. Yeah.
After all the taxes. Like, it's New York. You don't take fines when you play in New York. Listen, you get all the money you can get because you're not getting much of it.
The Bills just need Josh Allen to work some of his charm that I now hate deeply.
Why do you hate Josh Allen's charm?
That's a good question. Tell us.
What do I not know?
I really have to say it.
Oh, he's going out with Haley Steinfeld. Rest in peace.
Actually?
Sorry, Miller.
I didn't know that.
I forgot about this tweet. Let's not bring this up. Miller's going to start crying on the podcast. Let's not talk about this.
Nah, Miller gets to experience life. I love this.
He's going to be sitting in the back right corner.
And confusion.
Stephon Diggs. Yeah, well, I mean, that's we've pretty much covered it. Making a lot of money. It's probably something internal. just doesn't want to be at practice. Who knows?
Agent said there are things being worked out. I don't know. The issue is, even if he wants gone, they can't get rid of him.
He got paid. They can't trade him. No. To cut him and his cap would be insane.
Yeah, the dead cap's insane no matter what. Because you could trade him. It would be the same dead cap. But, like, too much dead cap. Too much.
I mean, yeah, but, I mean, you are going to get crazy value for Stephon Diggs if you trade him now. And he was a top 5 receiver last year.
2 first-round picks.
Well, Miller's on drugs.
That's
Moving
enough.
on.
That's enough Diggs talk. Now that it's entered into Bears territory.
Yep.
I didn't know about Chris Jones. I didn't know that he's also holding out. Apparently, I don't know what he's making this year.
Why? I mean,
he's not making a lot of money.
Tackle just got paid like $8 trillion, and he's also up for a contract.
And they're all worse than him.
Yes.
Yeah, he's on the final year of a deal. He's making 19.5.
I think he's suddenly like the 3rd or 4th highest paid D tackle in football.
And he's arguably the best D tackle in football at the current moment.
Yeah, it's him and Aaron Donald are one.
Him and Aaron Donald, yeah.
Whatever order you want to put it in.
Yeah, I think Chris Jones is, like Danielle Hunter, is justified in doing this. He just wants more money because he's not being paid at his level of play. I mean, the dude had a legit DPOY case last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's just crazy. Besides Lawrence Guy, is there anybody else? Anybody actually
Saquon.
Important holding out? Saquon. I wouldn't want to be in New York right now either. So they just signed Daniel Jones to an extension, paid him a bunch of money. If I had the choice between having Daniel Jones as my quarterback for the next 4 years and not,
he's
I would
also
choose
on the
not.
franchise tag. So
they're also not paying him any money.
What?
Josh Jacobs is not holding out. He is there, I believe.
I heard he was gonna, but apparently he didn't.
Actually, I think he was there.
Hobo probably saw how nobody wants to give running backs money and just caved.
To be fair, Jacobs was on a contract year last year, went crazy, so he's probably just expecting himself to do the same thing and get a bag. Saquon should probably be doing the same thing. I mean, if you're a running back needy team right now, are you giving up the assets to trade for Saquon Barkley? Yes or no?
Depends on what the assets.
I was gonna say what's the.
I feel like the asking price is probably going to be pretty high.
If the asking price is Christian McCaffrey,
besides McCaffrey, who was the last major running back to get traded?
I have no idea.
McCaffrey was the big one, and Saquon's like
McCaffrey. No, they didn't go first. I know that. It was a weird.
It was like
group of picks.
Oh God.
It was like 5 picks, but all of them came after the 3rd round, except for like one of them.
I know they got a 2nd.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking.
They just got like the strangest amalgamation of picks possible.
So, a 2023 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and a 2024 5th. So a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5, and you can have Saquon. You know what? Get that 5th out of there. I'm assuming that
Saquon's asking price would be a little.
I was gonna say I don't think his asking price is gonna be as high as CMC.
Really?
I wouldn't.
Just because of the injury history, it's worse than CMC.
Injury history, he's never had a season as good as CMC has had.
CMC's also more injured and older.
Yeah, I forgot he was older.
Not by a ton,
just by a little bit, but also like in years they've been healthy, CMC has outproduced him.
Yeah,
that's valid.
I don't know. I feel like the asking price for Saquon, if I'm keeping the team with his injury history and age, I might not pull the trigger.
My question is, who's really that running back needy?
Really?
Yeah.
How needy are you?
No one is, because everyone just.
The Bills aren't going to do it. Yeah, the Bills aren't going to do it, and the Dolphins wouldn't do it. They just got the A chain. They're not going to trade for a guy. They might sign Dalvin Cook, but they're not going to trade for somebody. I was going to say
that's also the thing. Why would you give up assets for Saquon when Dalvin Cook and Ezekiel Elliott, sure, are they as good as Saquon? Not even close. But you don't have to give up any assets to get them at all.
Yeah.
It costs you money, which you were going to spend anyway. So,
I don't think an RB needy team can exist in today's NFL climate anyways, because teams are going to trot out, even if they have bad running backs, they're going to feel fine about it if their offensive line's half decent.
Dalvin Cook was the least efficient running back in football last year and put up 1,200 yards. It actually doesn't matter. You get a good enough scheme with decent enough blocking, and anybody is going to do okay.
Chargers.
Yeah. It's tough, and I hate it for these guys. Like, Saquon deserves to get paid 100%. But, man, I also don't know how much, even if I'm the Giants, how much I'm willing to give him. I really don't.
See, if I'm the Giants, me personally, I'm just taking Daniel Jones's contract and giving it to Saquon. Just because just because he deserves it more than Daniel Jones. That either of them really deserve it.
That's valid.
Yeah.
God, I hate that Daniel Jones is making so much money. It makes no sense.
I do too. Saquon does too, clearly.
So what about Lawrence Guy? We just gonna skip over the poor man?
Where the fuck is he even at?
New England. He's 33. He's tallied 106 tackles, 10 QB hits, and 3.5 sacks in the last 2 years.
Gee golly, I'd be signing him. Tell you what.
He's set to make $2 million in base pay over the next 2 seasons. With no guaranteed money. Okay. Kinda get it. Because, at that point, just fucking cut me and let me go sign somewhere else. At least then I could make the $2 million. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I get it. But also, it's so funny to see Lawrence Guy's name in this group of 5. You've got 4 stars and then just a guy, literally.
Yeah. Hey, Lawrence Guy, now that we've officially touched on the obligatory Lawrence Guy appreciation talk, let's
didn't have anybody hold out. Everybody was at the Bears camp today.
Yeah, but
the Bears don't have anybody over the age of 22, so it's okay.
No, the Bears have 4 important pieces on a contract year.
Ooh.
Claypool. Oh, that was a bad one to start with. Jalen Johnson, Cole Kmet, Darnell Mooney. All 3 of those guys are on a contract year.
Okay, so Kmet kind of surprising. Not gonna lie.
Kmet's gonna get paid. We already know that they're deep in.
Did Jalen Johnson get hurt last year, or am I on drugs?
He did a little bit, but not.
I mean, he just wasn't wasn't fantastic last year.
So that's
Mooney
probably
was out for a large chunk of
Mooney.
the year.
That's why I think he's there. Dude didn't play, and this is a
absolutely,
new staff. He's got to prove
absolutely
some shit.
Especially with DJ Moore coming in and drafting Tyler Scott and having Chase Claypool.
Now,
because even though it doesn't look like it from our perspective, Mooney and Claypool are fighting for a contract against each other this year.
Because only one of them's getting money.
Right. And it's going to be Mooney. Anyone with a brain will tell you it'll be Mooney. Unless Claypool... listen, I love Claypool.
What if Mooney just gets hurt again?
Well,
if he misses 6 games, I'm not paying him. I'm out. Yeah. If I'm the Bears. Especially if Claypool's there the whole year.
Yeah, but if Mooney gets hurt, the price of the brick might go down. So it's maybe...
So you'd rather pay a guy to never play for you than pay a guy who actually is there?
I'm just saying, if it's only 6 games...
Anybody on the Packers need contracts that showed up, or...
I honestly don't know off the top of my head who's on a contract here.
Valid.
I
don't know if
nobody
it's
held out, so
right.
Yeah.
And I just
Packers
don't know
really
if
have anybody
important.
coming off of deals. A lot of guys are on rookie deals, or Kenny Clark's gotten paid. Bakhtiari might be on a contract here, but I don't expect him to be coming back.
I kind of expect him to walk,
but his buddy left
because he's really good.
So.
What the fuck?
I know, but isn't he?
Bakhtiari is going to be a Jet next year.
He had one knee injury. What?
Was it only one? I thought it was a couple.
No, it was one. It's just caused a
it's
bunch
one
of problems.
ACL tear that has
okay.
just consistently gotten re-aggravated.
Well, see, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought
Healthy
it was
David
just a knee
Bakhtiari,
getting re-aggravated. No, absolutely
He's a
one of the
top
best
five
guys in
tackle.
football when
tackle in the
healthy.
NFL.
Without a doubt.
He's insane.
But I'm just saying,
He was very
when was
good
the last
last year.
time he was like? I'm not being a smartass. I'm genuinely asking. When was the last time last year? Really?
The end of last year, he came back.
He played I think the entire back half of last season.
Yeah. So after everyone outside of Green Bay stopped paying attention, that's why. Yeah. Okay. Again, I'm not trying to be a smartass. It's just the Packers weren't.
I think his first game back was that Dolphins game with 2 or 3 to 3 picks and everything.
When you guys took advantage of poor Tua, who was half dead.
Yeah.
That's all that game was.
The ball goes right to Jair. He just
you were picking on a man with brain damage. That's what that game was.
Jair. That's when Jair finally decided to play football again. It was pretty cool.
I honestly think we should. I honestly think we should be more concerned and more making fun of the Dolphins medical team for putting him out there in the state he was in than we are the Packers.
They've already gotten plenty of shit. We can't say anything that hasn't already been said. So let's pick on the Packers for picking on the poor guy.
Yeah.
I'm sure Jair should have just punted that ball away instead of picking it off.
I don't know. That's how he played the rest of the entire season leading up to that point was bad. So why didn't he just stay bad?
What they should have been doing was it Joe Namath at the end of his career when players would sack him and they'd pick him up and lay him down on the ground because he was so fucking brittle? I think it was Namath. It was either him or it wouldn't have been Unitas because Unitas was tough as shit. I think it was Namath. He should have. The defender would sack him, they'd pick him up and literally lay him down because they were afraid to hurt him.
He should have just picked him off, run back to him, handed him the ball back, and patted him on the helmet.
Yeah, and had him
it's okay.
Run
try again.
Yeah, have him run the equipment managers at the end of high school games.
Yeah.
That's what they should have done.
Everybody is. Yeah. Well,
everybody's cheering. The defense is kind of jogging after him and diving at him.
Do we want to bring up the basketball?
The Denver Nuggets are NBA champions. Nikola Jokic is the best player in the world. He finally got his ring. Yada, yada, yada. That's about the summary of it. Heat never had a chance, never played like they had a chance.
The best
Jimmy Butler disappeared in an elimination game, as per usual. 5 for 21. Absolutely abysmal. He was 5 for 21.
You say also, as per usual, even though that's literally not usual.
And he
still had 21 points. He just shot horribly.
5 for 15 or 2 for 15. Yeah, 21 points off of a bunch of free throws.
ran out of gas. You drag an 8 seed to the fucking NBA Finals on your shoulders. Eventually, you're gonna collapse. And he collapsed, and nobody could pick up the slack.
But also, can we just talk about how funny it is?
Good of a team.
Can we also just talk about how funny it is that Jokic does not give a single fuck about the game of basketball? This was a side quest, and that. No, but that's the thing, right? The greatest of all time, the all-time greats are supposed to be the competitive fire. They only care about basketball. Jokic is the best player in the world, and he doesn't want to be there.
His press conference.
He can't be the best player in the world because he doesn't have a good mentality. Jimmy Butler's mentality is better, therefore he's a better player.
Yeah, you're an idiot. There's literally a quote from his press conference where somebody walks in and reminds him that the parade's on Thursday. He goes, "What?" And they're like. And he's like, no, I have to go home. And he's like,
I have to go
home. And the guy's like, no, you can go home on Friday. And he's like, no, I'm going home tomorrow.
No,
and
he
he's
says,
like, no, you
okay.
have to be at the parade.
You can go home Friday. He goes, okay. And then just in the most stressed out way ever starts rubbing his head like, oh my God.
Jokic with basketball reminds me of Harrison Ford with the nerd movies he gets involved with. Did you see Geek, him talking about the Thunderbolt Ross role he's about to play?
No.
And somebody said,
what is a Red Hulk?
Yeah.
What is a Red Hulk?
Him on set with ripped shorts, and someone was like, I have to ask, are we going to see Thunderbolt Ross become the Red Hulk? And he goes, what is a Red Hulk? It's the same vibe.
Yeah. It's just so funny that you can be the best in the world and just actually not care.
Yeah, but Jokic is super crazy. Obviously, we know this. Had a fantastic series, set a bunch of records in this year's playoffs. He did all this good stuff. Everybody counted the Nuggets out as per usual. This time they finally got it done.
Did anybody count them out once the finals started? Is that
not once the finals started? I'm saying like they got
counted out every series from the start.
They have a very bad track record because they've been the 1 seed like the past 2 years and they've just completely blown it. And so this year they were like, "Oh, the Suns' offense is too good. They
literally
can't beat them."
half the world thought the Timberwolves were gonna beat them in the
people
first round.
Timberwolves, and then the second round they were like, "Oh, the Suns' offense is too good. They're gonna beat them."
And then the Lakers, LeBron and AD.
AD's gonna go crazy because Jokic can't play defense, and we all knew LeBron wasn't gonna do anything, and here we are, and we all knew it was coming.
I genuinely cannot stand this show
Michael Jordan
anymore.
never lost to an out-of-shape Serbian.
I still don't understand. I still don't understand.
Michael Jordan never got clamped on the last possession of a game of an elimination game like LeBron did with Aaron Gordon.
That's actually not true. But also,
Aaron Gordon clamped him, blocked him.
I just love that Jordan gets more credit for losing in the first round than LeBron does for making finals. That's so wild. 6 rings matters? Cool, then Jordan can never be the fucking GOAT. He barely got half of what Bill Russell did. Or is that just the stupidest fucking argument of all time? That's what I thought. Let's move on. Cry more. No, I'm just not an idiot. You're only idiots make this. Especially you two morons. No, you two. Rings aren't actually a team thing. Or rings are a team thing, not a single player thing. Until Jordan gets mentioned.
You telling me the Nuggets would have won that ring without Jokic?
Sports. It's almost like they're two different sports.
Right, so let's say Andre Drummond was the starting center this year instead of Nikola Jokic. They're winning that ring, right?
Is that really how we're gonna go here? Okay. Name me which one of any basketball teams would have won without their star player. But then also, let's talk about football. Would the Chiefs have won a ring this year without Patrick Mahomes? Yeah. No, the fuck they wouldn't have.
Chad Henne.
You're actually the two dumbest.
Crazy. Chad Henne would have
ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the Run the North podcast forever. I am actually over talking to these two.
Me and Miller will start our own podcast.
Have fun.
Well, it's like the Michael Scott Paper Company thing. We're just going to be our own podcast until you eventually come crawling back and buy us out.
It's funny that you'd think I'd come crawling back if I actually left. And wouldn't
Geek
just like leave.
Hates us. He just uses us for clout.
Dude, I'm actually getting to the point every time. Dude, every time I speak to you two, it's beginning to hurt. Like actually physically pain me to talk to you two.
We do a bit of trolling and he can't take it.
No, that's not even it.
When I can't take a joke.
No, I do any trolling to you two and you whine and bitch and cry and act like I'm an asshole. But I can't talk about anything without you two trolling it every time. I'm totally just ignoring that.
He said you are.
Oh, God.
I love this show, man.
To be fair, you are a self-admitted asshole.
Nah, not like that. I'm out. Next week, we will be on with the two new co-hosts, Bat Duck and NFL Steven.
You would kill Grayson halfway through the first episode.
You would kill Grayson, and Steven would probably leave at the 4-hour mark. He'd be like, I gotta go. I got something to do.
We don't even go for... Oh, fuck. We got a whole NFC South.
I was gonna say,
fuck!
AFC South.
God damn it!
It's
I
rubbing
pulled
off.
a Jake.
It's contagious.
Shit.
It's contagious.
God!
Let's go.
Fuck!
Let's go.
What did they even do?
All right, AFC South.
We'll
start with the Texans. We'll start with the Texans because they finished last in the division. Their biggest signing money-wise was Robert Woods. They paid him $15 million over 2 years.
They paid him over 2 years. Okay, I was about to say.
He's guaranteed $10 million. So he's guaranteed $5 a year. with this team.
Not
Not really much to talk about with him. He's just a veteran presence and a pretty young and inexperienced wide receiver room, which is a good thing. And he's been good at points in his career. It's not like he's. I mean, he didn't really have the best season with Tennessee, but he was still pretty productive.
I still don't understand why he chose to go here.
I mean, this was his choice, which is a little odd because if you're his age. He had to have had other offers. This is probably the highest money he got. $5 million a year guaranteed is probably the highest monetary value he got.
Yeah, but like I'd take 3 to go play literally anywhere else.
Well, I mean, maybe they were
true.
like guaranteeing him they'd take a quarterback, and he was like, "Oh, I get to play with a rookie. Maybe this will be fun."
Maybe he's doing the Adam Thielen thing where he's like, "Yeah, we can win the Super Bowl. We can win the Super Bowl."
I mean,
he's in denial.
CJ Stroud is the GOAT.
New head coach, rookie quarterback. It's just Carolina in the AFC.
Why are all of the old receivers in denial?
They all are. Yeah,
Well,
unfortunately.
Because they feel about they're in denial because they feel about their teams the way they feel about themselves. They actually aren't there anymore, but they really feel like they're the GOAT.
Just wait until Julio signs in Green Bay and thinks he's going to win a ring.
It's true.
Nah, Julio's gonna wait until the like the week before the playoffs, and go sign with whichever team's healthiest. Like, the Bengals are chilling. I'm headed to Cincy. Wide receiver 4 Julio Jones would actually go hard as fuck. Not gonna lie.
Tight end at that point.
5. Respect Trent Irwin.
No, no, I will not.
But something that I think is pretty interesting is. I didn't know he was this old, but I think Denzel Perryman has been pretty good for the Raiders these past couple of years, hasn't he? I know he made a Pro Bowl.
He's tackle merchant. He's Blake Martinez.
Oh, he's Blake Martinez. Understood.
I don't think he's better than Blake Martinez was.
He's probably better than Blake. I think Blake Martinez never made a Pro Bowl. I don't think. I think Denzel Perryman has. He has. I know for a fact he has. I don't think Blake Martinez ever did.
Yeah, after a couple guys said they weren't going, and he's just again lots of tackles. I think he's led the league in tackles the last 2 years.
And, to me, Denzel Perryman isn't Blake Martinez because Blake Martinez was bad. Denzel Perryman to me is like average.
Blake Martinez was not a good linebacker.
No, he was like actively bad.
I don't think Denzel Perryman's good.
I don't think he is either. I think he's mediocre. He's average. Like, this is the bar, right? You're either better than Denzel Perryman or you're worse. That's what you're looking at as a linebacker. He is the league median.
Yeah, he had 154 tackles a couple of years back.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of tackles.
Yeah.
He only had 54 last year. So he had 100 less tackles last year than the year before.
What draw did the Texans have for all of these veterans? I'm so sorry.
I don't know. Like Jimmy Ward,
Mario
Ward.
Oh no.
Okay, Jimmy Ward's coming over with his defensive coordinator.
Still,
so that makes sense.
He's old. What? Go win somewhere, not go somewhere to be dead.
Maybe he has a really good relationship with D'Amico.
They also traded for Shaq Mason, which I find interesting.
They wanted to make sure they protect their quarterback.
They traded for Shaq Mason. They locked down Laramie Tunsil, who might be the best tackle in football. You know, they've done maybe the best left tackle in football.
No. Not even a thought. Trent
I don't think he is either.
Williams. Not even a thought. You do not even consider Laramie Tunsil over Trent
you're
Williams.
You're Laramie Tunsil a good bit.
No,
but
I'm not.
Maybe there's an argument for Trent Williams over. I mean, there is an argument for Trent Williams
is the best left tackle.
He is, but I think you're giving Laramie Tunsil way less credit than he deserves.
Yeah,
way less. He's been fantastic.
Okay, I'll put it this way: when you have the conversation about the best left tackle in football, maybe you're not arguing that he's number one, but his name gets brought up.
He's in the conversation.
Acknowledge his existence when you're talking about the best in the game because he's like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. Trent Williams is still the best, but Laramie is quite easily 2 or 3. So you at least have to
I'm trying to think of who
him.
else exists at left tackle.
Andrew Thomas would be up there for me.
Bakhtiari, healthy, is up there.
Healthy Bakhtiari, healthy Tyron Smith.
Slater.
Vikings.
Darisaw.
I can't remember the name. There you go, Darisaw. I love Jordan Mailata, but he's not up there.
No, I think that's
just
basically the
McCain
big guys.
Basically, yeah.
I would
But locking
add
down Larry
Teron
Tunsil's a
Armstead,
very
but
good thing for them.
right tackle now. He
Um,
moved
Yeah.
because that
They
offense
signed a
needs
fullback.
Yeah, they did.
Andrew
Yeah.
Beck was a fullback.
Oh.
I'm not sure if he's going to be playing fullback for them because
I don't know what. Yeah,
Hairston.
I don't know what
but-
they're doing because Hairston was awesome last year.
We all know Miller's feelings on Troy Hairston in that backfield.
Yeah,
so
like
we don't know about
it's
Andrew Beck.
Andrew Beck is just tight end at fullback. I like him. I got love for my boy.
They also signed
But
Devin Singletary.
Did.
Sorry.
That was the last. That was the last one I was going to talk about.
I'm cutting Miller.
about it.
No, there's one more actually, but I was cutting Miller off before he got into a fullback rant.
I didn't
had
have
to-
anything else to say.
Are you
good.
talking about Vinovich? Why would you be talking
No,
about Vinovich?
Dalton Schultz.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean it's okay. He's a good safety blanket for Stroud.
He was the best free agent tight end, right? Am I on drugs? Was there other?
Oh.
I don't know who else was
Not a
out
free
there.
agent. Did they trade
No,
for
Waller
him?
got traded.
Waller was traded.
That's probably
Pick
Schultz,
100.
then.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
we would know
and
about
Shaq
somebody else
Griffin.
getting signed.
Oh yeah,
Shaq Griffin's
Griffin
decent
did get a
too,
Houston,
yeah.
didn't he?
Yeah. Again, that's what I mean. Though these weirdos.
Oh no, maybe.
Yeah.
Listen, okay. Saleh was running the best defense in football last year, so maybe they want to be a part of the best.
No.
The guy.
D'Amico Ryans. Salo was in New York.
God damn it! They all run together because they're
the
all
Texans
good.
now?
D'Amico ran the best defense in football last year. So maybe they think they're going to recreate that if they go to Houston, and they want to be a part of a
I
really
mean,
good
yeah,
team.
Shaq Griffin, Jimmy Ward definitely
Hey,
upgrade.
I mean,
their
anything's
secondary.
possible because, like, the Niners got to a conference championship with Brock Purdy. So I'm sure
Stroud
CJ Stroud's better. So,
Yeah, Stroud, he's not just better, he is leaps and bounds better.
well, we haven't seen him on an NFL field, so I'm just
I
going to
don't
go with
care.
better.
It's Purdy.
That's valid. Yeah,
I'm not sure Purdy could beat out Davis Mills in a quarterback competition. I'm going to be real.
valid action. Davis Mills feels very the bar between like starting quarterback and not. He is very like the bar. Are you better or worse than Davis Mills?
Davis Mills is just Brock Purdy without charisma.
This is true.
That's all it
and
is.
with better technique.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Better
Speaking-
mechanics, better
that's what
technique,
I
better
meant.
footwork. Yeah.
Speaking of Davis Mills, the Texans took it to this draft to draft his replacement
They did.
in CJ Stroud. You know, I am okay with it. Stroud is very, very
Okay,
good.
It's a great pick.
Yeah,
It's
I
a great
just didn't
pick.
think it would
It's
happen.
Anthony Richardson guy, you know
I'm
this.
so surprised.
But yeah, and I mean
Yeah.
Stroud. They cooked. We'll talk about what they did right after they took Stroud.
Yeah.
But they clearly had a plan in mind. And yeah, Stroud's fantastic.
Yep.
Going to be a good quarterback for them.
Ooh, Davis Mills actually might not make the roster next year.
Who else do they have in the quarterback
They signed
room?
Case Keenum,
Oh, they did.
and Case is
Davis-
always
Well,
the guy
they-
you want around.
That new rule where you can carry an extra quarterback.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
so
so
carry-
the quarterback to put in your roster hole. So if he doesn't make it, then
Because
something
who's
goofy
his
would have to really
competition?
happen.
For that, who's the other quarterback?
I don't think there is one. They
There
just
was-
cut
okay, he must be
EJ
gone.
something. They just cut somebody.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jeff
there's
Driscoll.
there's
He
only
was on
three.
the
Oh,
on the
he's a
roster.
tight end.
recently.
Yeah, there's only 3 on the roster.
He's a what?
He's a tight end,
That's crazy. I did not know that.
and I don't
That's
even know if he's on the
hilarious.
team right now. But he's a tight end.
Well, he was in Houston. I didn't know they moved him to tight end.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
but he's not on the roster. But yeah, Jeff
Um,
Driscoll was playing tight end.
That's
Yeah, so-
wild.
Davis Mills will make the 52.
Probably. Probably.
Yeah, CJ Stroud. I think we're all pretty much in consensus about this. This is a good pick. So, yeah.
Where is
Hey, he was the most NFL-ready quarterback out of the group.
hmm
So,
I mean, a lot of the talk was about what they were going to take Will Anderson or Tyree Wilson, right? End up not doing
he
that.
took the wrong one.
And then, after everyone was like, they did it, they took the quarterback. What did they do? They traded back up to 3, and they took the wrong guy, but we'll take it. They took Will Anderson. Great player. Really, really good defensive prospect. Would Wouldn't have been my choice. He's fantastic, though. Got a franchise cornerstone at defensive end, one of the most important positions to be good at. He's there. Yeah, good pick. Can't be mad.
Yeah, the big thing with Will Anderson, obviously, we've talked about it a billion times. Geek and I are both on the same page, and Jake, I think you're with us as well. He's just not this world beater that he's made out to be. Like, yeah, 2021, he was crazy. 2022, he looked like a different player. Not to the same effect as, like, Miles Murphy, but his ability to finish plays really, really fell off. I mean, it was bad. And, you know, there could be 100 different reasons for that, whatever it may be. But with him going to Houston specifically to work with DeMeco Ryans, who himself is a former Alabama linebacker, I'm sure he's gotten the rundown from Nick Saban. He knows what needs to be done. And, you know, I think if any team is going to take him in the top 5, Houston would have been the best because of DeMeco. I think if anyone's going to fix the issues I have with Will Anderson, it would be him. But I still think Tyree Wilson was the better player because I think Tyree Wilson's upside's a lot higher. And because of how much I like DeMeco and trust him to develop a defensive player, I think if you had him developing Tyree Wilson, you have a world beater. Whereas with Will Anderson, probably going to have maybe a 10-sack guy at his peak, which is great. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's ever going to be like a top 5 edge like Tyree Wilson could be.
Yeah. Anything else to add on top of that, Geek?
I don't know. Do you mean like actually like truly 10 sacks is his peak? Because I don't think I agree.
Oh no! I mean like.
Okay. I wanted to double check. I was like, that's a little. Oh, okay. I was like, that's a little aggressive.
That's on me.
Jeez, I was thinking, jeez.
No.
I'm low on him, but I'm not saying he's mid.
No, I'm saying like being a consistent double-digit sack guy is more what
honestly,
I was going with.
Well, no, I'm not actually going to say that because that would be a lie. I was going to be like the first 8 years of Jadeveon Clowney. No, because he was good against the run.
Yeah. Will Anderson is as well when he actually finishes the play.
So he's not. Got it.
Yeah. When it comes to like rating his gaps and sealing the edge and things like that, he's really good. It's just
honestly, he probably will be Jadeveon Clowney, like beginning of his career pre-big injury Jadeveon. Yeah,
didn't shock me.
Which,
very similar story.
You'll take that.
Yeah, which means, oh my God,
Tyree is Khalil Mack.
Oh my, yeah, it's the same teams and everything.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
how has this not occurred to me yet? Which means Tyree Wilson's a Chicago Bear at some point in his career.
Well, I don't know if we go that far.
I win.
Yeah,
I just have to wait like 5 or 6
years. That
years.
doesn't count because John Gruden's not there to trade away Khalil Mack, so it's okay.
Just wait until the Raiders hire Jay Gruden.
Nobody is hiring Jay Gruden. I
would say they hire John again, but he's a piece of shit. I don't want him to get employed.
That's still
but
more
Gruden,
likely.
Jay Gruden.
I'm pretty sure was also a piece of shit.
Was he? Wouldn't surprise me.
He was on the Washington team that was doing all that horrible shit. So
yeah, he was.
The odds of him being a good person are kind of low.
They'll bring Mike Mayock back.
True.
Mayock wouldn't have traded Mac though. Mayock liked him. Yeah, next pick. Sorry, move on. We're running.
Yeah, we are. The second round they took Juice Scruggs. Fine pick. I like Juice Scruggs. He's good. He was.
Are we okay with him as the second center off the board though?
No, but fine.
He's fine. Yeah, he's a fine player. Fine pick.
The NFL liked him a lot more than most of us did.
Yeah, like Luke fell to the 6th probably for a reason. We don't know the reason, but he did. Yeah. But yeah, Juice Scruggs is a fine pick. I don't know how I feel about the Nathaniel Dell pick.
I feel great about it.
I also feel fantastic
about it.
Not
because of the player.
But I think he could fit.
I don't even care about the player specifically. Because that's the guy C.J. Stroud said he wanted. So I like the pick because they went and got the guy Stroud wants. And listen to your fucking quarterback. Don't be the Packers. Go ahead.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the Velus Jones draft pick?
I didn't care, but I also didn't know Fields asked for it, so I
okay.
That wasn't something I saw. Like, it was
that
just...
one really worked out well for him, though, so we should be
Hey.
happy about this Dell pick.
Nathaniel Dell's a way better prospect than Velus Jones was.
Of course he is. Yes, of course he is.
Yes. No, also, the Bears didn't have good picks, so he couldn't be like, go get me Garrett Wilson.
Right.
They didn't have a pick until the 3rd round, so it's...
Justin,
okay. Let's not breathe Nathaniel Dell and Garrett Wilson in the same sentence.
Okay, you know what I mean, you fuckhead?
No. I'm giving you a hard time. Okay.
But, like...
I agree 100% with that.
Yeah.
I love it when teams listen to their quarterback, even if the pick doesn't pan out. Who cares? You listen to your QB.
Yeah.
Right.
That's great.
Nathaniel Dell is like the worst receiver of all time. So
no, he's just small, so you're like open.
Nathaniel Dell was like 3 inches taller. He'd probably be one of the 5 best receivers in the class.
Yeah,
I really like Dell.
Yeah, he's just 5'8", 165 is tiny. Yeah. He's very Tavon Austin. And that's spooky.
Yeah. But I feel like today's NFL versus Tavon Austin's NFL, you can get away with a small receiver. You just find a way to scheme him with off coverage, make sure he's not getting pressed at the line of scrimmage. Because if you have a guy lined up 5-10 yards in front of him, he's just got to make a single cut and he's wide open. Yep. Like, he's quick. He's a great fluid route runner. So I like Dell a lot, especially considering you've got Nico Collins as sort of like your big body guy. And then you've got Robert Woods as more of your like sit in the zone, find something open, high IQ type of guy. And then you've got Tank Dell as your goofy gadget fella. And then the other receiver they drafted, who I didn't like nearly as much as everyone else seemed to.
All I know is John Mechie's back, so none of this matters. They have their real wide receiver one.
Mechie is back?
Yep.
Well, then I guess that makes Nathaniel Dell receiver 4.
Yeah, because
sad.
Mechie is receiver 1, and it's not close.
Yes.
I may like Mechie too much, but
has not played in the NFL yet.
Don't care.
Fair enough. Next pick, what happened?
He was the best receiver on a Bama team that had Jamison Williams. So.
This is my favorite pick in this draft because he shares a last name with me. So
valid.
Dylan Horton.
Fox Sports?
Dylan Horton, my man, you are a Houston Texan, and
wait,
are you related?
What?
Your last name isn't Talk Sports?
I do in fact have a cousin named Dylan, which is kind of funny, but it's not him. I'm pretty
Stop
sure
ignoring
Dylan Horton.
my question.
We're ignoring.
I had my real last name as my Twitter username for at least a year.
He also still has it. Wait, do you not have the other account on TikTok? Are you not? Oh my god. Okay.
That's the one where you like talk about movies, right?
No.
There's one where I talk about movies. Yeah.
He has 3 accounts. I forgot about that.
I thought you only had 2.
Where's the third? Oh! My personal TikTok that I used before TikTok Sports existed. Yes.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
I had a personal TikTok that I still used to watch stuff because that's where I followed everybody. Yeah, you do. Yeah, I forgot we follow each other on that account. Yeah. But that was like. The funniest part is Jake Talk Sports started because I did a series on that account called Jake Talk Sports, and then I was like, wait a second.
Yep.
And here we are. But anywho,
unfortunately for him, he had to meet me because of it, so that's rough. Moving on though.
How did I think about Dylan Horton?
Dylan Horton. He didn't pull up his notes ahead of time this time. Great.
I didn't.
Great.
I got back from being out and I didn't have time.
Dylan Horton.
I like him more than Keon White.
Yeah, he was. I think he was ranked higher than Keon White for me as well. I believe.
Let's dig into the notes.
I believe he was from TCU, and I watched 2 TCU guys total. So.
Yeah, he was from TCU. Quentin Johnson and Max Dugan.
Because I watched all the quarterbacks.
You didn't watch the other receiver from TCU?
There was another receiver from TCU.
Yeah, what's his name? What's his name?
Remember, I literally just made a video talking about
Kendra Miller was from the from TCU as well.
No, I
Saints
already
guy.
forgot homeboy's name, and I literally talked about him in a video I made like.
Hurry up and find your Dylan Horton though, so we can move on here.
ESPN right here says nothing, like at all. So he's a defensive end from TCU.
TCU. That's about all I got. I didn't watch much of it.
Unfortunate, you didn't watch your cousin's film.
Didn't.
Real.
No.
Big family.
Wait, I need to confirm this before I say it.
What are you confirming? You texting your mom, "Hey, are we related to this guy?"
No, I'm
There
just
he
making...
is.
So it's not really bad if I say it now that I've said yes. Okay, I'm not. I'm not gonna say it, but I am gonna send a picture in the group chat, and I will say something as opposed to him. This is how I know I'm not related to Dylan Horton. I'm gonna send it in the Run the North group chat.
I'm sure I now know.
Because
I'm sure I know now.
This is Dylan Horton.
Sending it on Discord or on text?
Discord. In the Run the North Discord group chat.
Yeah, I remember Dylan Horton now.
Let's just.
That still
get
means
that out of the
nothing to
way.
me. Still means nothing to me.
What did you send and where? Oh, I see.
Check the Run the North Discord.
Picture of Dylan Horton. Anyway, what did you think of him, Miller? So we can please move on.
I didn't like him.
I thought you had him ranked above Keon White.
I did, but I really didn't.
Keon White was very low. Big head of Keon White.
He's weird. He played in a 3-3-5 defense and was like an edge, but not really. So I had he is one of those guys that's going to be goofy to project, and it just frustrated me, so I didn't like him. He's just an athletic edge that's not very strong, and I don't like guys like that either, because that's no fun. I want my edge rushers to eat people, not run around them.
Can't believe we just went through all that notes just for him to say that.
Yeah, what a waste of life.
Bad.
That's 20 minutes I'm never getting back.
It took Henry. How do you know how to pronounce this guy's last name? Henry
Toa?
No.
Toa?
That is.
It's Toa.
Toa. That's what I was saying originally. But took a linebacker out of Alabama, Henry Toa. That's what I'm going to start saying. I think he was top 10 for me, I believe. Or at least
I can't remember if I had
or at least borderline. I like it. Their linebacker core is not great, and so they needed to at least invest some kind of capital in it. So yeah, I mean he's okay.
And Henry Toa, he's
It's
the type of guy that's just going to be like a middle of the road linebacker his whole career. That's a really good locker room guy. Because he doesn't have crazy athletic upside or anything like that. This is a guy that you know what you're getting day one, and that's a fine football player. He's okay. And I don't know how that's going to fare for D'Amico specifically, because obviously his defense relies heavily on his linebackers. Oh no, I guess he can be the third guy, because the kid you drafted from Bama last year, you probably want to mold into your Fred Warner role.
I don't know. They were using Christian Harris more as an edge rusher. Well, I know that wasn't with D'Amico. They were. I don't know if it's going to stay that way.
No, they lost. They drafted Will Anderson, so probably they won't have to do it as much.
But also, I don't know if they just think he fits better there.
Interesting.
But who
All
knows?
I remember out of Harris is he was super athletic. I don't. What else?
They in the 6th they drafted. I was under the impression that Jared Patterson was a guard, but he's listed as a center on ESPN, so I'm sure he can play guard. He was listed as a guard on a lot of sites too.
Somebody's gonna have to, because Scruggs and Patterson.
He plays guard and center.
Wait,
who did they draft?
Jared
Patterson, Notre Dame guard center hybrid guy.
Oh, I didn't watch him.
I actually did watch him. He's pretty solid. The 6th is good value for him, and he's just he's great old line depth, and that's exactly what they need to get out of this draft. So this is good. I like it a lot. Geek, any Jared Patterson thoughts?
No. Yeah, kinda. Why? Actually,
line depth, interior offensive lineman with versatility, center guard, both.
See,
Fifth
so
round.
you just signed a bunch of guards. You traded for a guard. You drafted a guard in the first round last year. Your other tackle kind of sucked. I don't know. Depth, but I don't think he's going to end up making the roster. They've signed so many dudes.
It's true. Yeah, but yeah.
So I don't know. Not because he's a bad player, just because he's the fit. It feels like a waste of a pick. Yeah, because right now he's listed to be behind. Well, he's again being listed as a center, so he's listed as the third center on their roster. But they also signed Michael Dieter, who played center, so that would be 4 centers. And I don't know. It's a weird pick just because I don't know where he fits onto the team.
Yeah. I'm assuming this is the guy you were referencing, Miller, and the guy you didn't like as much of the people with Xavier Hutchinson.
Yeah.
What is it about this guy that didn't move you?
I don't know. I think the big thing was certain someone that's in our circles was super
very big fan of him.
Way too high?
Super high on him.
Way
yeah.
too high.
And most of the rhetoric about him I was hearing was from him. So I think my expectations.
You only heard good things before you watched it.
Yeah. And then I walked in and I was like, okay, he's fine.
Fine.
I don't know.
That is the definition.
I didn't. He ended up as my wide receiver. Really?
Probably.
Watch him be 12, and Miller's been trash talking him.
No, he's probably in the top 10. I think
he's
he
in
has
my top 10, but I don't like where I have him in hindsight. Jesus.
Where do you have him?
7. He's 7 for me.
I think that's where I had him because I really liked Xavier.
He was not on my top 10.
I'll put it this way. I don't hate him. I was just underwhelmed given the hype.
He was 8 for me. I originally had Mingo at 8, but then I switched them.
Yeah, see, that's where I'm at. I have Hutchinson above Mingo, but looking at it now, I would put Mingo over Hutchinson.
I'd probably put Mingo over Hutchinson, too. I'd probably put Mingo back in that 8 slot and bump Hutchinson.
In fact, I'm looking at this. 10. There's a lot of things I'd change. But some of it, though, is
probably. Or maybe you're
just
hating on Xavier because.
Because why?
He got drafted low, and we all talked about him like he's really good. So now you're trying to be different.
No,
because you agreed at the time, and now you're trying to be different.
Neither of us ever agreed with him on any of his.
Because I didn't watch Hutchinson until 2 days before the draft, so I didn't even get to engage in the conversations y'all were having.
Yeah. How much do either of you know about Brandon Hill? Anything?
Nothing.
You watch Brandon Hill, Miller? Safety from Pitt, yeah. I know his name. I don't know much about him.
Athlete. I had him as safety 19. It's not great, but he's just an athletic safety, and you're taking him in
safety depth,
round?
Yeah.
Cool. You're in a 4-4 something, so.
He's a fast dude. All right. With that being said, get our first grade out of the way here. What do we think about the Texans' offseason as a whole, gentlemen? I'm gonna give it E-.
Really?
That's
so making
low.
that face because I'm being too
low.
That's so low.
I was thinking an A-.
I'm gonna give him. Final answer B. B.
Wow.
A B. I don't like it as much as you guys do.
I'm teetering between an A- and a B+.
So they added D'Amico, so they got a coach, got a quarterback, got an edge rusher, signed a bunch of guys to fill a bunch of holes. Dalton Schultz, Robert Woods, Shaq Griffin. These are actual really good signings. They made really good moves in the draft. I'm going to go an A.
I'm going to say an A- just because of my feelings towards Will Anderson, and I'm not enamored with a couple of their picks.
Fair enough. Moving and talking about the Colts, finished third in this division. Free agent signings is not going to take very long because they didn't sign anybody.
Really?
They signed Samson Ebukam, was their biggest money signing.
They did make one very important move in free agency.
What's that?
They retained EJ Speed.
They did do that. Yes, he's in there.
Arlington State legend EJ Speed, who's one of the most underrated linebackers in all of football. And
That is good. That is good. They retained him and Ashton Doolin. They signed Isaiah McKenzie, Gardner Minshew. I mean, really, they didn't do anything.
QB1 Gardner Minshew.
Pharaoh Brown, at end, okay. Unless anybody has any strong thoughts about any of those guys, hey, Geek, we'll respect your position. They signed Matt Gay, kicker, to a 3-year deal.
That's actually a dub.
4-year deal.
He's so good.
4-year deal for $22 million with how much they guarantee him? $13 million guaranteed to Matt Gay for over 4 years. So we'll give the kicker praise. But other than that, they really didn't do much.
That's actually a really great pickup, though. Matt Gay is so good.
Matt Gay is a good kicker. He's a good kicker. But yeah, I think we can just move right into their draft class because that's a more interesting topic with them. Are you making any faces or free agency you want to talk about?
Kind of went nuclear in the draft. I kind of forgot. They're
they cooked.
Obviously, 4th overall, they took Anthony Richardson. They got their guy. They got their quarterback. Didn't have to trade up. Didn't have to do anything. They wanted him all along. They got him. I love Anthony Richardson. I had him as my QB1 for a while before I eventually bumped him down to 2 and put Bryce Young up there. I think he's fantastic. Ceiling's obviously super high. Shane Steichen knows how to operate an offense with a guy like him at quarterback with his specific skill set. I think their rushing attack could be nasty with him and Taylor if Taylor's healthy, if Taylor's who he was. That offensive line, definitely a little bit questionable last year. Definitely a little bit questionable last year. That could kind of throw off this whole rushing tandem. But if you have a bad offensive line that you don't really trust, why not get one of the most athletic and mobile quarterbacks that the league has ever seen, right? So I like it. I think this is a very, very good pick. I think the upside is willing to bet on with the 4th overall pick for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, you're pairing him with Shane Steichen, which, we saw what he did with Jalen Hurts, who coming out wasn't quite as raw, but definitely had a lot of wrinkles to iron out. And I think if any coach in the league I would trust to develop a quarterback like this, it would be him. Yeah. So, major W. Yeah. Still no fullback, though, so I don't care about their run game.
Valid. I mean, I still worry about this for Richardson. There's probably no worse place for a quarterback to go than Indy. They've never shown the willingness to build around a quarterback ever. At least not since the early on of Peyton, which was 20 fucking years ago. So I'm not counting it. I mean, good God, they literally got Andrew Luck killed to the point where he retired before he was 30. That is this team. Their offensive line is no longer good, and they haven't really actually tried to fix it. Not actually. And I don't know if they will. Like, it's a great pick. I'm kind of terrified by it, though. Just because of the ownership and front office's ability here lately. Jake died. That was unfortunate. That was wild.
Yeah, I got again?
Oh, you're back.
No way.
And then you were just gone. That was funny. He's back, but is he? He froze again?
A gift from the Unabomber?
What the fuck?
Oh, wait, no, he just died. Never mind.
My God. Can't just say that. But yeah, like, I don't know. Richardson is a great prospect, but like, I don't know, man. It's not even about him. It's about the Colts.
Yeah.
Oh, Miller and Jake have now swapped places. Miller is now Jake. Jake is now Miller. Miller is surrounded by green and gold. Somebody take a picture.
It's my own personal hell.
It's valid.
No, but I get what you're saying 100%, but I do think Shane Steichen, it changes that a bit.
Yeah, but
like if they would have
head
brought
coach
in
doesn't control roster, so that's the thing.
I know, but I think he's going to be able to scheme him healthy, almost, if that makes sense.
That's a brave assumption, but I
don't know. I have a lot of faith in Steichen. But I mean, I absolutely get where you're coming
But
from.
I also don't know how
valid
much
criticism.
credit I want to give to Steichen for Jalen Hurts. I'm sorry, the best roster in football. I hope you can develop a good quarterback who was verifiably good. I hope you can develop him behind a team like that. And you're just not going to get a roster like that in Indy. I really don't think so. So, I don't know. Hopefully they surprise me and don't ruin another quarterback, but I don't have much faith. Shit, they ruined Matt Ryan last year, so
Yeah.
poor guy. Talk as much shit on Matt Ryan as you want, because there's a lot of good reasons to do so. But he played really well, even for a shitty Falcons team the year before. I really don't think him joining the Colts, I don't think it was just suddenly Matt Ryan's useless. Because I think it's just the Colts are really bad. And it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate for Matt Ryan because now homie doesn't have a job.
Yeah. He's got money though. He'll survive. He's restarting his laptop.
I know. Now I'm just a forehead.
Check. Epic.
And we are both half you. And Jake is just a Bears logo now. Oh, now Jake is just Miller and Miller is just Jake. There we go.
Jake, there was a split second
You're
of time where you were
something.
just the Bears logo.
It's true.
That was the best 2 seconds of your life.
All right.
Okay,
You
there
Really
you are.
peaked there.
Maybe.
All right. We'll
All right,
see.
you're back. You're good.
What pick are we on?
We just stalled for time and I bitched about the Colts front office.
Why?
So. Because we needed you.
You can read a pick.
All right, Julius Brents. I don't know. I kind of don't love where he got picked. It's not a bad player, but he went very
pick.
early.
Epic player. Me like.
Apparently, Miller's higher on Julius Brents than I was.
I think I was. I may have just liked him. I don't remember where I actually ranked him. Yeah, CB7. He was right behind Cam Smith for me. I really like Brent. I thought I had him high. Brent's good win game.
Brent's good win game. I don't know about that. He is the Stephon Gilmore replacement, so...
Yes, physical corner, go Burr.
Go Burr.
Yeah, one of Miller's UNC guys, they took Josh Downs.
Wide
there
receiver
he is, in the third.
Tiny little man. No.
He was for me.
He's going to be sick. I like Josh Downs a good bit.
He's so
I think Josh
good.
Downs
The fact
is
that
going
he
to be
fell to the
sick.
third round is crazy.
That's so wild to me, though, that you hate Tank Dell but like Josh Downs, who's literally small. Literally the same guy. Literally same dude. I don't know how
Josh Downs is better.
Yeah. Josh Downs is very
Anyway.
good. I like him.
Nah, he just had a better quarterback.
He's a better player.
I actually
Faster,
agree.
better route
Doing
runner,
better than Drake,
better
man.
hands. That was a steal for the Colts, bro.
It was.
That's
They got a lot
Oh,
of
that
steals.
I'm not arguing.
I'm just saying, send Josh Downs on a go route, let Anthony Richardson air that shit out, reap the benefits.
And just hope
Holy.
nobody's there to hit Josh Downs, because...
He'll be in the end zone, it's okay.
A small player can never be good in the NFL.
Anthony Richardson can throw it 90 yards, so Josh Downs just has to
100,
run to the end
maybe
zone.
even, yeah.
You just can't run that play
mean-
inside your own 10-yard line. Anywhere else, hook. Inside your own 10, just run the ball. That's the Colts' game plan. It's like Mikey playing Madden.
Oh, God. All right, moving on.
Blake Freeland, they got him in the fourth. Tackle at BYU.
Their tackles
It's a little
suck.
high for him, probably, but their tackles suck, so you can understand why they would do it.
Didn't they do the same thing
Who's the
last year with...
tackle
last year it was Rainman?
Raymond, and did they take Freeland this year? BYU kid?
That's literally who we're talking
about.
Yeah, I just didn't hear the name. I was just making sure. I got a notification on my phone and I got distracted.
Oh my god.
Hey, listen. I'm trying to riz, so let me cook.
Wait.
Yeah.
Not again.
No,
we can't
now
do
he's
this again.
bringing it up. Fuck you. Moving on.
Could you stop bringing this up, please? My goodness. Could you stop?
Yeah, Geek, stop delving into my
nowhere.
love life.
Could you stop delving into his love life? We're trying to record a sports podcast here. Thank you. Blake Freeland, they got him. Tackle sucked. They got tackle depth now. And let's talk about another steal they got. Because in their next fourth round pick,
they got said himself. Don't continue. Let Geek come back.
I wasn't gonna come back. I was gonna sit there like that the rest of the episode. I was gonna commit to the bit.
Anyway, they got one of Miller's guys in round 4, out of Tamiwa, out of Barway.
No.
We learned Miller doesn't know how to grade.
It's just the NFL.
Yeah.
Oh, is
the
that
NFL
it?
Sucks. Yeah.
You just know more than the entire NFL.
They saw the most athletic edge prospect ever and said, "No, I'm good. I don't want it." He's gonna be like a great run defender day one, and they're like,
he's gonna be very good. Yeah.
I don't know. He's just a little skinny. That's all it is. He's just a little skinny. Even then, he weighs like 260.
Yeah.
270.
That's a steal. And the fourth, I think he had a legit. I think he had a legit case to go round 1, and he went round 4. That's great value. He's a great player. Needed edge help. Boom. I didn't watch much of Darius Rush, but there were people telling me that he was just as good as Cam Smith, which I don't think is true.
He was good, but no, he wasn't Cam Smith good.
I actually think that you can just get Darius Rush in later rounds and he'll be just as good as Cam Smith. And I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. Darius Rush is okay. I think we're in agreement about that, aren't
we? Yeah.
Neil Scott, hit that out of Cal. I have no idea.
An athletic safety. I had him even lower than the last guy.
Hell yeah.
He's just an athletic safety.
Mallory, who? Nah, man, I know who Will Mallory is. I think he was a top 10 tight end for me by the end of things.
It's either him or maybe it was the Titans. Either the Titans or the Colts took a tight end that took fullback snaps. I can't remember if it was. No, it wasn't Mallory. It was the other guy.
Not Mallory. No, he didn't take fullback snaps.
Is Mallory
damn, how many picks
crazy athlete one?
According to USA Today,
Mallory was not top 10 for me.
No,
he
wasn't
no
for me either.
fucking clue.
14. I had him just above an Air Force tight end, so that probably tells you how I felt about him.
Yeah.
Dude, why did the Colts have so many picks?
What? Well, I don't know who Evan Hull is.
Nope.
My Northwestern king.
Not every player can be your king. God,
is he actually
damn
good? Is he actually good, Miller? Yes or no?
He's an average running back. He'll be a good RB2. He's got good vision. He's a good one cut back. He's an RB2.
You know anything about Titus Leo?
And let me tell you, Titus Leo.
Other than he has a sick fucking name, no, I don't.
What about Jalen Jones?
I do know who that is.
That's Texas A&M corner, right?
Texas A&M corner safety thing, hybrid.
Yeah, I liked him. I thought he was solid.
And then Jake Witt.
I don't like that guy because he has the same last name as my drama director from high school, and that woman terrifies me. So
fair enough.
Valid. He's bad.
He's automatically bad because of the Miller. The Miller said so.
I didn't say he was bad. I just said I don't like him.
There wasn't a lot going on in this draft class outside of like the first few rounds for them.
Yeah, so, and they just drafted the most athletic guy available with each pick, literally.
Pretty much. They pulled the Raiders. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Really Jim Irsay found the RAS Twitter account when he was tweeting every 5 minutes about, "Ooh, what are we gonna do in the draft?"
And then he's like, "Look at this guy's 40."
Hey, listen, I don't know what the fucking RAS is, but this guy got a 9, so he's a Colt.
Get him.
Hey, if you guys go to this like RAS site, you can put this quarterback at tight end, and he's still really good. So let's draft him, and maybe if he doesn't work, we can play him at tight end. They're like, "All right, Jim, who took you off your meds?" And he's like, "I don't care. I already put in the card."
Jim, what? You're not even allowed to do that. No.
I own the team. Damn it.
He wrote his own card. It's just like an index card.
It's not. It's chicken scratch. It is not English, and it's written in like purple crayon.
Yes.
Yeah, he actually wrote Will Levis, but they couldn't tell, and they were just like, "Oh, this looks like Anthony Richardson." Anthony Richardson.
No, he actually wrote Anthony Simons. Thought he was taking the shooting guard from the Portland Trailblazers.
Guys, I'm telling you guys, look at the 3-point percentage. Jim,
Bro, listen,
Jim,
okay.
playing football
Jim
here.
Irsay's racist. He wrote Lamar Jackson on that card.
Ouch.
Let's
Wait,
be real.
why? What? Hold on. Why is Jim Irsay racist?
Because he's Jim Irsay.
That's so actually not a thing, though.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Let's grade their offseason, shall we?
Players good, isn't
My
it?
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's grade their
To be honest,
offseason.
my brain got Jerry Jones and Jim Irsay mixed up
Jesus.
for a split second. That's on me. I apologize.
This dude.
Listen, my brain thought old oil tycoon and immediately thought him and Jerry Jones were the same
Nah,
guy.
Irsay is like the GOAT when it comes to that. He's just a drunk. That's his issue.
Should we take Will Levis and do a Joe Montana and Steve Young thing?
That actually would have been
Should
so
we do that?
awesome. Other than
Well, he
Levis is
tweeted
older
about
than
it, like,
Richardson.
twice.
Yeah, I
He
know.
literally tweeted that.
Well, because he
In
had
close
the
range.
option. Do you know how much I would have laughed if he took Levis just so the Titans couldn't? That would have actually been the greatest move.
Epic.
Oh God.
I'm giving this a B.
Yeah, I'm going
Maybe
B
even
also.
lower. It's not that great.
Give it a B plus.
Because it's not just a draft class; it's a free agency, and they didn't do much. So,
Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. The Titans did nothing in free agency.
again, nobody ever does nothing.
No, the Tennessee.
Andre Dillard was their biggest signing, tackle from Philadelphia. They signed Arden Key.
That's
They
almost
signed
big.
Aziz Al-Shaair.
Aziz could be okay.
Yeah. Sean Bunting, cornerback out of not Tennessee, out of Tampa.
I think you mean
Oh,
Sean Murphy Bunting.
And Murphy
Yeah.
Bunting from
That's actually a pretty good move. But
I seem to like him, so yeah, he's
solid.
good. But other than that, they really didn't do much. They signed a fullback. Oh, that's good.
who
What did they
sign?
sign?
Trevin Wesco.
Oh yeah,
Former Chicago Bear, Trevin Wesco.
He played
Might I
tight end
add.
last year.
Yeah.
But he was a fullback coming out of West Virginia. And he's played tight end to H-back most of his career, and I guess the Titans are moving him to fullback, which is a W.
Wow.
Shout out to Titans.
We always like that.
This
Although that
Titans
means Trey
draft
Harris.
class.
And they have a very small draft class
What
too.
is it? I don't remember it.
It's
The first
it's
round they took-
actually not good.
Peter Skoronsky at 11.
Okay,
I like that. Good
that's
pick.
fine.
I like Peter Skoronsky.
He'll play
He's
somewhere.
Very, very high in the
Is
interior
dog shit.
O-line.
They just need
yeah, they
talent and
needed
defense.
somebody.
Like I said,
He's
he'll play
talented.
somewhere.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, that's good. Then the second, they obviously got Will Levis. Their quarterback thing is a
Good
whole different
value.
conversation.
Good
What's
value.
going on. It's
Still
good value for a guy
stupid,
who
but
could have gone top
Why is it
4.
stupid?
if
Oh yeah,
Wilson
because you're a
pulled the
Malik
trigger.
Willis guy.
You're a Malik Willis guy.
and
So
if
you
you're
think
just
this is
gonna bet
stupid.
on the guy with upside, bet on the younger guy with higher upside. Sorry, weird to me.
Sorry,
Especially when your
Malik
roster
sucks, 'cause
sucks.
The Titans said so.
Yeah,
I don't think the
Titans said
team that
Malik Willis
signed
bad.
Ryan Tannehill a lot of money should be able to decide what quarterbacks are
Sorry,
good and bad.
his QBR was the highest in the league that one time, so he was
I'm gonna
worth every.
fucking-
Sorry, he's one of the most efficient game managers in the league.
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Mhm. Now you try and tell me that he's bad. Mhm.
Yeah, because let's be real. In the
Mhm.
Titans' offense, he came back and carried them to the playoffs over Marcus Mariota.
Yeah. First of all, that guy started over Marcus Mariota. Ever heard
Yeah.
of him? Ever
Yeah,
heard of Marcus Mariota?
you know, the guy that's about to be
Ever
on
heard of
that
that
Netflix
guy?
I'm
Ever
actually
heard
gonna have
of
an
that guy?
aneurysm. Can we just
Ever heard of
not?
Marcus
There's
Mariota?
only 3
He started
NFL
over him.
quarterbacks that can say they're going to be on that Netflix
Yeah.
show, and that's
One of
pretty
them's Kirk
elite
Cousins
company, if you
too.
ask me.
He's got a
One
league
of them's
company.
Patrick Mahomes. I
Kirk
think that
Cousins,
means he's just as good as Mahomes.
I'm pretty sure he's pretty. He's 1A. Mahomes, 1B Ryan Tannehill. End of story. I mean, there's no other.
I hate being
Nobody's as
here.
efficient. Nobody's as efficient.
He beat Mariota out.
And Mariota, he beat Mariota out. Tannehill should be on that show.
Mariota
He's
was,
better
like,
than
good on the
Mariota.
Raiders for,
Yeah,
like, a week.
yeah. Remember when Mariota rushed for a touchdown
beat
once?
that.
Yeah, Tannehill was better than that. Tannehill literally won that battle in camp. So
This
maybe
is
next time
actually the worst
about
thing
Ryan
of all
Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill led the Dolphins to the playoffs before he got hurt. And they would have beat the Steelers if they had him. They probably would have had a Super Bowl ring had he not gotten hurt. So maybe next time before we speak about Ryan Tannehill. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he should be considered better than all time in the Dolphins franchise than Dan Marino. Because he did way more than Dan Marino has ever done for the Dolphins franchise. Yeah, honestly, Ryan Tannehill is probably top 10.
And honestly, Will Levis is just young Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, Will Levis is Will Levis is
my God.
They're the same player.
I can't wait to post the clip of you guys talking this way on fucking everywhere.
According to one of my mutuals that I play Madden with, Ryan Tannehill's a future Hall of Famer if he continues to play at this level because his stats are good.
Well, if that's true, then Cuzzo's first ballot.
Sorry, Kirk Cousins didn't get a video made about him about why he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and when's the last time Kirk Cousins led the
Tannehill
Dolphins to the playoffs?
Do you remember Cass?
Yeah, he made a video. Okay, so I'll go make a Cuzzo video.
You made a video arguing that Tannehill could have a Hall of Fame. Please.
Do you really think that Kirk Cousins would have beaten out Mariota for that spot?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Nope, he doesn't have the exaggerated swagger of a Ryan Tannehill.
But none of our quarterbacks would have.
That's not true. Justin Fields would have beaten him.
Nope.
He runs faster.
Yeah, but Mariota has thrown a ball before, so the entirety of the internet says Justin Fields can't throw, so Mariota better.
Sorry, the internet isn't real. I'm Amish.
Oh, so suddenly the entire internet was saying stuff. Now suddenly you're Amish. The math ain't math in here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm
sorry, I have a Brandon Marshall figure.
I have a Kevin Maui one. Maui?
I have a bunch of them. I just don't know where Marshall's stand is, so he's sitting on my desk.
Can we move on? That was literally the biggest waste of 5 minutes in the history.
No, I think that was worth it.
So was
I had a good time doing it. I had a good time saying the words that I said.
Did you have a good time?
I had a fantastic time saying what we just said. That was a fantastic conversation I just had with you, Miller. Yeah, we had a fun time.
At the end of the day, the journey is just the friends we made along the way.
You actually
and you and I just bonded on. You and I just bonded on the high level about Ryan Tannehill. Yeah.
Ryan Tannehill
you're welcome. Ryan Tannehill's coming to the podcast now, and that's because of us. So when he sees this, he's going to immediately be DMing us and be like, please, just let me on the podcast. Please, let me be on the podcast.
Why do we want to talk to the third best quarterback on the Tennessee Titans?
Okay. Tyjae Spears also got drafted to the Titans. One of Miller's guys.
Okay.
Do you think he does anything in Tennessee?
I don't know what the fuck we're doing.
I think he gets 8 carries next year.
Well, no, look. Here's the thing. They took him in the second round.
Third.
So I would. What was the third?
Yeah, pick 81.
Oh well, I don't know. They've taken him in the third round, and they took Hassan Haskins last year pretty high. So I'm hoping that means they're gonna let Derrick Henry breathe sometimes.
Nah,
because they don't do that.
Well, if they let Derrick Henry breathe, they don't win game. So
they're not going to win game either way. Let's look at the Titans.
We all said that last year, and they almost won the division because Derrick Henry is that fucking guy. So
I'll put it this way. I think third down, when you want a running back that can pass catch on the field, he's going to get on the field quite a bit because he is an awesome pass catcher. And Henry, no catch pass.
Tyjae Spears. Josh Wiley, a guy who can catch passes. They drafted him in the 5th. I like Josh Wiley a good bit. I think this is good.
Yeah.
I don't remember Josh Wiley, and I don't feel like digging out my notes for Josh
Cincinnati.
Yeah, I don't feel like digging out my notes for Josh.
Their last meaningful pick was round 6. Jalen Duncan, tackle out of Maryland. Again, they just need offensive linemen. Their offensive line sucks. They have no depth. Sucks.
They took 6 players. That is a very offensive way to talk about Colton Dowell out of UT Martin.
I don't even know who that
he's
is.
not relevant. I didn't know who like Jalen Duncan was either. Don't just disrespect Colton Dowell. That's just rude.
Yeah, name me what position is Colton Dowell
Wide
play?
receiver.
Wide receiver.
From UT Martin.
Oh, he's the fast dude.
See?
That's what he is.
He matters.
I do know who he is. He's just fast. Bro's like Sanic.
He is cynic. But that's really all we've got with the Titans. So where are we gonna?
Jaguars.
We're gonna grade this one. Gonna grade this one.
Like a C.
C minus. I'm going C minus.
All right,
like
so
this
we've
at
got the range there. C minus,
Yeah.
C, and C plus. Congratulations,
Yeah.
Titans. You're fucking mid.
Hey guys, we want to talk about the Jaguars free agent signings?
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah. So what did the Jaguars do? Nothing, because they're poor.
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, their big move was technically last at the trade deadline or last
Calvin
offseason.
Ridley, yeah, Calvin
Trade
Ridley.
deadline.
We talked about Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley.
He's their big thing.
Yeah, big
Andrew
improve.
Wingard was their highest monetary value signing.
Go, they keep the Wyoming legend.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Ray Herndon staying. Signed McManus after they traded Patterson.
Oh yeah, the McManus one is odd. Also,
A
what?
one-year
okay,
deal for a 31-year-old kicker after they dropped theirs.
that's fine. I still want to know what happened with. Was it Josh Lambo who was there that got kicked? Who got kicked?
He's done.
By Urban.
It was
Josh Lambo got kicked.
Was it?
Yeah.
He's only 32. Why is he done?
That kick hit deep. He kicked his soul. He
I
didn't.
don't think he's kicked. He's kicked a. I don't think he's
Since then, I
made
think
a
because
kick
he
in the
walked
NFL
off
since
the team and
kick. Yeah.
quit. That's
I'm
so
pretty sure.
weird. That's so sad. Lambo was so good.
It was good. Yes.
Oh no!
I'll-
Apparently, he played a game for the Titans last year.
Nice.
Went 3 of 4 for extra points.
Wow.
So somebody signed Josh Lambo. Preferably not Urban
You are
Meyer.
listening to this, and you were an NFL GM.
Sign Josh
Sign
Lambo.
Josh Lambo immediately.
So now
Honestly,
when Josh
the
Lambo
Vikings
gets signed,
should.
we know which. Listen, when Josh Lambo gets signed, we know which NFL GM listens to Run the North.
Yeah.
Now, what if it's like Commanders? Like out of all
What if
teams,
it's
That-
Brian Gutekunst?
We know that's false though, because the
Crazy.
Commanders wouldn't have
Brian
taken
Gutekunst
Forbes.
wouldn't last. Brian
Uh,
Gutekunst wouldn't last 5 minutes listening to the show because be like, oh,
Hey,
how
Brian
could they talk
Gutekunst.
about my team like this?
Fuck you.
But yeah, they have a lot bigger of a draft class than they do a free agent signing class, so
Yeah.
we'll hop right into that. Obviously, in the first round, they took a certified bust in Anton Harrison. I'm kidding, and they took a great tackle in Anton Harrison.
I forgot
Traded
they
away
did
Jawan
that.
Taylor, and now here they are. They got Anton Harrison. Good replacement for him. He's the tackle in this class. He's the tackle of all time in this class. He's just the tackle. He's just there. He's a solid tackle. He's
He is
good.
just there,
He's
for
probably
sure.
one of the more refined tackle prospects in this
Good
class
block.
for sure.
He's the best pass blocking tackle in this class, and going to a team that is basically only gonna pass because their running back is Travis Etienne, and I don't know if you know
Connor.
much.
Top
I
10.
don't know if you know much about Travis Etienne, but like he's a little guy.
He is.
So they're gonna pass a lot, and so Anton's gonna be real good for them. Anton could win game.
This pick I don't understand. Brenton Strange. Womp.
Horrible pick.
Womp.
Horrible reach.
Terrible.
Oh, they
And they got Evan Ingram back, did they not?
yeah.
Like
But
why?
they
Why
franchise
you spend a
tagged
second on a
Ingram,
tight
right?
end?
Yeah, but Brenton Strange isn't good.
Brenton Strange is not the answer. Yeah.
I don't
but Yeah,
know,
Brenton Strange is a
but-
bad pick.
I don't know. Doug Peterson, no tight end. He just do. Goddard
That was true.
made-
Tim Tebow would be on
made
this roster
Evan
right
Ingram
now.
good. That's not true. nobody should sign Tim Tebow. At any position for any reason.
Sorry, Tim Tebow's your long snapper now.
Gross.
Hank Bigsby.
Yeah.
About Hank Bigsby?
I guess apparently maybe they can run ball. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bigsby.
Ventrell Miller, linebacker out of Florida in the 4th.
I actually like Ventrell, so yeah.
I think Ventrell's.
Why do they need another linebacker?
They don't.
I don't know.
Who are their middle linebackers?
Boye, Devin Lloyd, Chad Muma.
Oh yeah. Fuck! I forgot how many linebackers they had.
Yeah.
Well, because my head was like they lost Miles Jack, so they need a linebacker. Oh
So
no,
he's
they
LB4.
don't.
He
Yeah.
replaced Miles Jack last year.
Yeah.
With Chad
Before
Muma,
Miles
Lloyd.
Jack was even gone. Also, well, I don't know. See,
Miles Jack was gone before last season. He did not play for them last season.
Right, but like
Played for the
last
Steelers last
offseason
season.
is what I'm saying.
I
Last offseason.
thought he went to the Steelers before they drafted like
Did he?
Lloyd and
Maybe.
Muma and everybody.
I might be on drugs entirely.
I think
they
they replaced Miles Jack,
But either way.
and now they replaced Devin Lloyd because Devin Lloyd got benched.
Well, no,
So now
that's
it's
why they
Ventrell
did
Miller
this.
season, baby.
Is they can just have this rotation of guys. When Devin Lloyd's
True.
bad, they can put in Muma. When Muma's bad, they can put in Miller. And they can just constantly always have whichever guys at the top of their game that week.
Big brain.
Which is going to
Yeah,
be
big
Chad
brain.
Muma most of the time, I promise.
Yeah.
And why is that, Geek?
Wyoming legend.
Oh boy.
Logan Wilson 2.0. That's what it is.
No other reasons?
Stop
there be?
this. Stop this.
I'm just fucking around.
What do I not
Yeah,
know?
Sixth pick. He's the only white guy in the group.
Oh,
Yes, there we go.
no, it was just because he's from Wyoming, dog. I'm just pushing propaganda. Stop. Wait, no, that's not good phrasing.
What kind of propaganda?
Wyoming propaganda.
Certainly
University of
not-
Wyoming propaganda.
Certainly not
Wyoming not the
Tyler
whitest-
Lacey propaganda.
Who the fuck
Who the
is
fuck
Tyler Lacey?
Lacey?
The edge they drafted at Oklahoma State with the
I
130th
watched
overall
40
pick.
edges and he wasn't one of them, so that tells you probably.
We're gonna move on. You did for sure watch Yazir Abdullah though.
I like
I
Yazir.
did watch this here, and I like
You guys,
this.
we all watched
We
Yazir
I
Abdullah.
talked about.
Me and Miller
Sorry, go ahead.
definitely watched him because somebody kept telling us to every time he saw us. So
Yeah.
Yazir good.
Yeah, I like Yasir. I was actually having a conversation last night about this with, I think it was Jackson I was talking to, where there's this trend in the NFL now where a lot of teams are employing like really light, quick edges that they only play on third down. Like we've seen Josh Uche, James Houston's another example. And I think Yasir Abdullah projects really, really good in that role. Because that's what he is. He's a converted off-ball linebacker to edge, and he's super quick and has a little bit of bend. So, like, if that's the role they're pushing him for, then that's a great pick, is like a situational pass rusher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Antonio Johnson, safety at Texas A&M, fifth
He was
as well.
solid.
Liked him. Yeah, that's a good pick. Parker Washington, somebody I know you liked, Miller, in the 6th. That's a great
Yes,
value
sir.
for him.
Fantastic value. I had a third round.
Fantastic value for him. It's Calvin Ridley and it's Zay Jones and it's Christian Kirk. Then who?
Yeah, Parker Washington.
Parker Washington. So he's wide receiver 4 at minimum, and he could end up being better than Zay Jones.
Yeah. And Parker Washington's fun because he's a slot receiver that's slow, but not like your normal slot receiver that's slow. Because Homeboy runs like a halfback.
Mhm.
Like, he has the lowest center of gravity I've seen out of a pure slot receiver. That, like I mean, like a pure slot receiver, not like a Debo where he can do other things. Like, you know, I'm trying to, like a Wes Welker type slot receiver. Like, his center of gravity's awesome. His legs are super strong. I love him.
Yeah.
Just fucking put him in halfback.
Do either of you guys know
I-
anything?
Sorry, I just pulled up their depth chart. Snoop Connor is not on the roster.
Damn.
Jamichael Hasty and Dearness Johnson are, though.
He made a joke about running backs earlier, and I brought up Snoop Connor because he has a funny name.
Oh.
He's not a Jaguar anymore.
Not anymore.
No. Also, Parker Washington, you said he was going to be wide receiver what for them?
4?
Currently, he's listed at 5 because Jamal Agnew.
Okay, okay, whatever.
Jamal Agnew's just more of a weapon than a true wide receiver.
He's still listed as playing for the Jaguars on ESPN. That's weird, Snoop Connor.
So he's running back 5 on their depth chart. Sorry. Because I'm on their depth chart. He is not here. Like anywhere. Sorry. I apologize.
I don't.
I
do you guys know anything about Christian Broswell, Eric Hollett, Cooper Hodges, or Raymond Vohazic?
Raymond Vohazic, that's UNC.
He's a UNC guy. He's a UNC guy.
Yeah, he was all right. Derek Parrish, we'll talk about in a moment.
Yeah, Derek Parrish is the most relevant pick left because all those guys I listed were the ones in between. So, Derek Parrish, what are our thoughts on this pick, Miller? What you got?
It's tough.
It's tough because he still didn't have his notes open to the correct spot. So
No. Derek Parrish is a fullback.
Oh.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, you didn't know that?
Well, I did, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Because he's still.
Parrish,
he's an
he played edge. Yeah, he played edge in college at Houston, but he worked out at his pro day and all that as a fullback. He was drafted as the fullback. The Jaguars social media team is calling him a fullback. So for all purposes, he is a fullback now. He's made the switch, which we've seen a lot. Normally it's with off-ball linebackers, but this trend of linebackers becoming fullbacks is nothing new. So it's tough because I'm so glad the Jaguars are bringing in a fullback, and he's probably going to be mostly a special teamer for them, but I'm sure he'll find a way onto the field here and there.
Okay.
But if you wanted a fullback, Lipke.
Yeah.
True.
If you wanted a fullback, generational talent, blue chip staring you right in the face. Like, unless you purely want Derek Parrish or you liked him more because of his special teams ability, because I'm going to be honest, I did not watch Lipke on special teams. I don't know if he played special teams for North Dakota State. But Derek Parrish being a linebacker, that was one of the big takeaways I had from him was he was a good tackler. So, like, if you really like his special teams ability, then I get it a little bit, but still. Like, if you really wanted a versatile chess piece for your offense to create mismatches, maybe go out into the flat, Lipke was there. So it's tough because I love that a fullback was drafted, and I can kind of rationalize it for the Jaguars. But then again, this is the fullback equivalent of taking, like, I don't know, Stetson Bennett over Bryce Young. Maybe that's a little harsh. More
It's
like
really not.
Jaron Hall over Bryce Young. So it's tough.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we wrap it here, what are our grades for the Jaguars?
Does Calvin Ridley factor into the grading process?
I'm gonna go A-, maybe. Yeah,
They did nothing in free agency, so I can't put just a draft class that high. Again, unless we're counting Calvin Ridley.
I'm gonna go B. Yeah. I forgot about the whole didn't do anything in free agency thing. So
I'm leaning towards a B as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna go B- just to be different.
Way to be different, Geek. All right, well, there are our grades for the AFC South, and that is our episode for you guys this week. Obviously, thank you guys so much for all the support you guys have been showing this show. Thank you guys for supporting us in every way you guys have been doing that. We really do appreciate that. Be sure to keep listening to the show. Be sure to keep following the show everywhere you can at Run the North Pod on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all the places you can find us. Run the North Pod on Spotify, all the good podcast platforms. We're on all of them. Be sure to rate us, review us on Spotify. Subscribe to us on YouTube, do everything you can to grow the podcast, and we will see you guys with all three of us with short hair. Geek's going to join the trend. We will see you guys
I won't.
next week. We'll see you guys.
Bye!